What's up, and welcome to the Indie Cradle Podcast, episode 53, a weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through all the latest indie game news, we go through indie games we've been playing, and there's a lot of current indie games we've been playing this week. And we also go through a main topic, but this week's not so much a main topic. We're going through some feedback that we've had on a couple of episodes over the last couple of weeks. So just feedback, questions, kind of responding to people's comments. And that's it, really. You can find us on pretty much all podcast services. We're available on iTunes, we're available on Spotify, we're available on Soundcloud, and you can find us on YouTube. And if you're wondering why you should watch on YouTube, it's because behind us we have the videos of all games we talk about, and today we're going to actually have gameplay of some of the games we talk about. Playing in the background, so you can actually see extended gameplay and how the game runs and how it looks. Because we don't always do a great job of explaining.
It's a sound effect.
Yeah. It was a good sound effect. Cheers, man. If you really like what we do, you can head over to patreon.com/IndieCredible. $1 a month will get you exclusive pre and post show content. It'll also get you the AMA, which is up now, where we go through about 15 questions between us. Answering them that were given to us by our patrons. It's very funny. It's had very good feedback.
I think I was drunk during
that. You were, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also get, very soon, these podcasts will be going to having ads on them. Once YouTube have monetised our site, then it will be going ads on them again. Patreon will never have ads. So $1 a month will also get you an ad-free podcast as well.
It's like a premium subscription to Indie Credible.
But at a really low price.
Incredibly low.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Barely any money.
You could say it's incredibly low, couldn't it? Incredibly low.
No.
I completely bullshit out, didn't I?
No, we couldn't. You could try.
Yeah.
We would say...
Yeah, I do a lot.
Should we say who we are?
Yeah, we should probably say who we are, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Tom. You can find me at Shriek Profit.
Yep. I'm Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody on Twitter and anywhere else, really.
And I'm still Dan. Sorry, I'm the Dice Bear. I'm the Dice Bear and all of that.
Have you ever seen...
Right, Dan.
You guys, you shouldn't have been Lewis.
Have you never seen Face Off?
You should have been me.
I am.
You've never seen Face Off? Face Off is one of the best 90s action movies.
Have I never seen Face Off?
Oh, you seriously asking Dan?
What the fuck?
Have you seen it? Probably not, have you?
Only on DVD.
Of course he's seen it.
I don't know. You
Everyone's
normally go
seen
to
Face
him.
Off.
Have you seen it? No.
True, but that's because
That
I'm
is true.
I've many years to live and see many films. Speaking
No,
of
you
Face
don't.
Off, it's a good film until that scene with the magnet prison. That's weird, isn't it?
That is fucking
Yes. Very bizarre.
Weird choice.
But weirdly and unsurprisingly, Face Off isn't an indie game.
No.
We wish it was. Would you not play a face-off game?
Yes, I guess.
What is wrong with you? I'll be all over that.
I feel like it's probably... Yeah, anyway.
I've got this really weird feeling that there was not a face-off game, but a game based on the whole...
No, there wasn't. Face-off?
I'm gonna quickly
Who did face-off? Was it John Woo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a John Woo game, wasn't there?
There was
a John Woo.
Was it called John Woo
Yeah.
the game?
It's called Stronghold. It was actually quite a good game. No, it's not.
I may be no. I know there's not a face-off game,
License game.
but I think there is.
But there's an ice hockey game called Face Off.
Yeah, no.
That is it.
But I think there is
Same logo.
either an Easter egg or a hint or something
Probably,
towards face-off
Could be.
in one of the games.
Good film.
No, it's an awful movie.
Oh, it's excellent.
Yes,
Excellently awful.
but you can't say it's a good movie. It's like Sharknado.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Sharknado
Exactly.
series. All of them are bad.
It's thoroughly enjoyable,
Yeah.
but it's not good.
It's like Con Air. I love Con Air.
Still yet to see
Awful
Con
movie.
Air.
Oh,
Have you not seen it? You'll love it.
People always
you
tell
will
me
love
that,
it.
yeah.
Anyway,
Indie games.
should we go on to what we've been playing this week?
Put the money back in
Let's
the
do
box.
it.
I'm guessing we don't have to speak to Tom because he's probably not playing anything. Tom,
I played a video game.
Okay.
A video game.
I played a video game.
This is a change. You feeling alright?
Well, no.
Okay.
Was it?
I mean, I
Nightmare?
changed it after my weekend experience.
Yep,
where I
which you
was
can hear
like-
about on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay a dollar, find out
I'm
about
not
his
gonna go
shit.
into detail here.
Okay.
That's for the big
So you're not
boys.
going to
Yeah.
you're not going to detail for the game?
Oh, the game. Well, I won't because it's Uncharted 4.
Okay.
But I just stuck it in because I
That's
wanted
what
to.
she said.
That's what he said.
No,
Yeah,
I just stuck it in
You're not
because
met
I
my
wanted
wife.
to. I have met your wife. I've known your wife
she
longer than
sticks
you've
it
known
in- You have.
her.
actually.
Yeah.
Fair point.
That's why he looks older than me.
He is older than
I am older than you by quite a lot as well.
That would have been funny. if you
So I
pointed
wasn't
at me,
lying.
but-
I wasn't lying.
No.
There you go.
The first truth
yeah,
Lewis has
Uncharted
done
4
in
still good.
50.
You guys are playing Uncharted 4, I see.
Yeah, I borrowed it from Lewis.
Great game, good fun.
Yep.
I forgot how slow Nathan is in that game for some reason. He's quite a lot slower for some reason. I don't know why that's the case.
Oh, really?
I just don't know. It's how I've noticed playing it again is that it's the second time I've played it. and it's just he walks really slowly.
Oh, okay.
You'd hate it, I assume.
No, I've really enjoyed Uncharted. I thought it was
Well,
great.
I love Uncharted, but honestly, it's one of my favourite game series.
I don't remember the walking bits, to be honest. I
just
think
remember
because the
grabbing-
action
He doesn't like
scenes...
I remember
John,
grabbing
and
in
he
my
just
butt.
feels really slow.
That's all I remember that one
Yeah, he's
scene,
like-
which is
The
like
only
all the
bit-
time.
The only bit
Grabbing
that
my butt.
annoyed me was the Jeep chase. Because it was so on rails. And it
Yeah.
was
The
just
bit that
so...
annoyed me was the Scotland level. I don't like Scotland level.
The bit that annoyed me was the end. Not the end, but when you go to this secret place.
Oh, the one on the beach?
But then it's like, it's going to end. It doesn't end. It's going to end. It doesn't end. It's going to end. It doesn't end. I just was like...
What are you talking about? You remember when they almost leave the island?
Do you know when he leaves, the brother?
Sam, yeah.
Yeah, he goes
Oh,
on.
okay.
Then it goes on more, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, no,
like,
I knew that was rapid.
by that point, I was like, I'm ready to finish the game to finish now.
Oh, I think it's perfect length. So. And I'm glad it's the last one
She
he's
said.
doing. So. But yeah, anyway. That's not an indie game.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. That's all I played this week. I've been quite busy.
Well,
so.
you can talk about a game we played after the end of this segment. We're going to talk about Overcooked 2.
course,
So
yes.
we all sat down and
Oh,
played
yes,
Overcooked 2.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk about that at the end together. Dan, have you played anything other than Overcooked 2?
I've
So
played
what?
Mother Gunship.
You played Mother Gunship?
I've been playing Mother
Oh,
Gunship.
bitch.
And to be honest, I'm really enjoying it.
Oh,
The
you got that bitch.
modding of the weapons
It's
is
insane.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It is really, really good. Though, I can't think of the game, but there is a game that does exactly the same modding system.
wouldn't
Exactly
know.
the same.
I don't
with
know.
the whole, you'll get something that has 3 points, and
Yeah.
you can connect it to 3 points and use... And I can't remember the game. I'm not sure if it does it with guns.
I'm trying to
In
think
my
of
head,
games with big
it
modding
is.
systems.
But it's the same
Rising?
modding
It's got more modding?
system I've seen before and I've played
Okay.
before. And I really can't remember the game. So if anyone out there who's played Mother Gunship can tell me what that is, please stick it in the comments down below because it is bugging the shit out of me.
Oh, really?
Because it's one of those ones where I sit there and I'm putting these bits on and I've gone, I've done this before. I know this system. I know the whole, okay, this one has 3 so I can place this here
Yeah.
and do all of that lot. It's a first person bullet hell.
Yeah.
There is one thing that bugs the shit out of me.
Okay.
It's basically 2 things, but it really boils down to one. Is that you cannot assign your own controller. And they've put the jump button in 3 different places.
Yeah, you got the
L1, square, and on
and
your thumb.
the thumbstick.
I thought you could assign it. You signed it.
No,
L1X, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's mapped to all 3 at the same time.
As jump, yeah. And you can't go into the system and map your own setup.
That's very weird.
You can change,
What are you using? Using trigger?
Oh yeah, I'll use trigger when I jump on it.
Yeah.
I used
But-
to.
But the fact that I like to turn the L3 off. I have heavy thumbs, so I usually turn L3 off on a lot of games.
You can't.
But you can't turn it off. And that's not an issue because, okay, fine, it's jump, but why have 3 buttons that do the same
I'm guessing
thing?
it's a way of going, we're not going to add it in there, but there's something for everyone. Some people will use X, some people will use stick, some people will use...
So don't do that.
Shows.
Go into the options and allow me to configure my controller. If you're going to make
That
a
can't
be
first-person
right,
shooter,
surely.
just say, I'm
Yeah.
going to set this up. And do it. Don't go, I'm going to give you 3 different
There's a lot of games
choices.
that don't actually let you configure your buttons on
console, yeah, definitely.
They just let you slip
A lot of
pre-setups.
the first-person shooters now, though, do.
Yeah.
They'll let you choose setouts, and then there'll be a cunning way to get into the background and set it yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's not a massive thing. It's something you can do on PC all the time with
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
everything.
Every game, yeah.
Key bindings like a...
Oh
And-
shit, I
yeah.
had another game, sorry. No, go on, I just remember
And-
yeah.
And it's sort of like, you know what, I'm enjoying this game, but the buttons aren't how I would like them.
Okay.
They're not awful. It's not a massive impact on the game, but it irritates me that you're going to create a bullet hell first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So the big thing about that is about movement.
Yep.
Your movement is critical to winning this. Sod the guns and that bit, lovely, really nice, really like it, but movement is king.
Isn't that the key to Doom and stuff as well?
Yeah, being able to
keep
move
jumping around
Yeah.
and-
Well, any first-person shooter is about being able to keep your hands on both of those analog sticks and then use the rest to move around. And in Call of Duty, it's map knowledge. If you've got map knowledge, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Spawn points, all of that, like how it works. That's why I got bored of Call of Duty, because once you learn that, you're just like, actually, I'm not losing because I'm shit. I'm losing because I don't know these left. Yeah.
FPS.
And you should have this ability to be able to add in your
Yeah.
own inputs and the way to design it. But considering I'm an arsehole to games, And that is the one thing I've been able to have a gripe about.
That is pretty.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it so far.
I really.
I'm really enjoying it. It's
Nice.
sort of like, yeah, and considering co-op's coming out in
August.
August.
There's no set
This
date
month?
for it, but August.
Yeah, this month.
This month, co-op, yeah.
It's going to be
And
brilliant
daily
fun.
challenges.
As the daily challenges, arseholes.
So, yeah.
I've got myself a new addiction.
Daily
Right.
challenges and...
Pete Bucket's
yeah.
coming back.
Do you want to mention what you played before I jump on, or what do you want to do?
If you don't mind, I'll be quick. Again, it's not an indie game. I played Left 4 Dead 2.
Ah.
My mate Charlie, I was Skyping with him, and then I found out that if I turn all the settings so far down on my laptop, just so far,
Oh, you can play it.
then it can run Left 4 Dead 2, which is sad considering that's such an old
game, yeah,
And
10
the fact
years
I
old.
had to turn the settings down for it to run on my laptop shows you how what kind of system I'm running. I have no idea what kind of GPU's in there, but it's no good. But yeah, do you know what? That's still good.
Yeah.
That's still a super fun game, and I can see myself playing that for years to come still. Because we just
Until
playing.
Left 4 Dead 3.
That's it.
No,
That don't
no,
make games. No, they make software. When I was going to say, we play a custom map, and that's what I think that's one of the best things to keep about the PC side of gaming. The Steam Workshop specifically is that you can keep the game fresh that way.
Yeah,
So we play with,
customization.
we
It
just
was
download
something
some
they were
custom
supposed
maps.
to be bringing in with the new consoles, with Xbox One and PS4.
Was it?
Was
Oh,
one of the
you mean
things
when
they
it's
say.
for,
They were talking about
Fallout,
mods.
Skyrim.
Fallout
Yeah.
has got modding in for... It's on... Is
But
it?
it's selective
it's
mods.
really-
Modding's on
selective,
PlayStation,
yeah.
but not on Xbox, which is really weird. So, yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
super
like,
selective,
okay.
Yeah, it's not nowhere near as good.
Which
Yeah.
is basically why I'm at the point they're talking about PS5 coming out. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to.
I'm not ready for PS5. I've barely had a PS4, it feels like.
I barely had a PS4, but what's the point? They're going to bring a machine out, and within a couple of...
Uncharted
2
5.
years at the most, I'll be able to get that on my PC.
No, Uncharted 5.
No.
Console exclusive.
It'll be console exclusive for a year, and then I'll pimp it out to PC. They won't let it go on Xbox.
Uncharted never.
Uncharted.
But they'll
That
find
is
a
a
way.
Sony production.
I think we're going to see a real change in the whole lot. I really do.
I think with Microsoft we will. I don't think we will with Sony.
I think we will with
Sony
Sony.
have the first party licenses that they don't need to partner with anyone. Microsoft haven't.
I think
think
they said
they're
about
gonna-
God of War is the highest grossing single player game since records began.
So
Oh, yeah.
Exclusive, sorry, PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, but I
Um,
think we're going to see a drop in
what did they said?
the whole console side of it. We're going to get kids going into it, but anyone who's been playing for a while is going to be like, fuck this, I'm going PC. Why am I going to pay like 700 quid for a
Like,
console
you got-
that'll
you
be
gotta
out of
remember
date
that
in 2 years?
The
When I can pay
majority of
700 quid and get a full PC that I can just
the
update.
majority of
to.
gamers, like, and I look at majority of games. At least 50% of gamers, I would say, are like my brothers-in-law that will get COD, FIFA, and they wouldn't have a. They don't have to turn the PC
I don't
on.
mean to be rude to your brother-in-law, but fuck him.
Yeah, but it's true. But they're the people who
Fuck him with a
he's
strap
got.
on.
He's got more money than sense, but he would never go.
Yeah,
and
but
buy a
all
PC.
he buys is FIFA and Call of Duty.
But then also the brand new console when it comes out, and he would.
Yeah,
that's
so
why it would
so
still
they're
be
not
big.
making the money from him. If he's only buying
Yeah, no.
2 games and that, they're not making money. They make money from the dickheads who go onto their digital store
Yeah,
and buy all the digital.
but yeah,
bits.
but
He's not
consoles will
doing
still
that.
be big because he will. People like that will
Consoles
still
will be
buy
big
them.
because parents will buy them for them. But we're going to go through a whole series of generations where parents are going to be like, you know what, I could buy you a console, or I could just build you a PC. The amount of people now who are into gaming who can build their own PC.
I guess so, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
but what about the
getting
games that don't
Okay.
come to PC, like
like what?
Red Dead 2? It's not coming to PC.
What?
Isn't it?
No, do you know the whole massive kickoff about it?
No.
They come out and said, "Yeah, we're not making it for PC."
Yeah, I'd give that time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I will put money on camera right now
Okay,
that will come to
That's
PC.
fine. It might be time, but then GTA 5 released 3 years after on PC than it did on console. People
And-
were like, "I'm done with this now," like, and it's then coming to PC.
Oh,
No,
Done with
no one said they
And
were done with GTA 5.
3 years
I
after.
did.
No one said
You
they-
did.
No, I stopped playing Xbox because Xbox
Okay.
was a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think PC will become popular again, but I still think
Because it's going to be
consoles-
cheaper and it's going to be easier to build.
Consoles will
and
still
so
dominate.
many people are going to... Nah.
the gaming space. I think.
I think consoles will dominate the younger generation. We're going to see a larger amount of the older ones than those more experienced because we're living for longer now going, you know what, don't buy that. I'm going to get you a PC. You're going to be able to get Steam. You're going to get all the games you want to play.
So I have, and I said to you in the car or whatever. This week's been a very pleasurable week in terms of I've just had the pleasure
Blah, blah, blah.
the pleasure of playing very good games. I've played 4 games over. Okay, 1 game not so good, but I'll come to that in a minute. 4 games overall this week. One I'm actually not going to talk about this week because I want to talk about it in depth, and the review will go up closer to next week, and that's State of Mind. So next week I'm going to talk about a lot more about State of Mind, the kind of sci-fi adventure game. So if you want to hear more about that, tune in next week, episode 54. I'll go into in depth. Last week, yeah, but I've kind of got a lot more thoughts on it now, and by next week I'd have finished it, so I can have kind of a complete a chat on it, and hopefully you guys should have played it by then as well. I'll start off with Gravel, the game that's probably at the bottom of my list this week. I picked up Gravel because there's a big digital sale on. It's a game I was thinking about for a while. It's from Milestone. They're the games who make the MX series, like Motocross series. Mm-hmm. They make some decent racing games, and Gravel's like billed as this kind of off-road sport cross kind of rally game, which as you know, I like racing games. Yep. It was meant to be 40 quid. It come down to, with PS Plus discount, I think it was $12.99. I was like, yep, I'll grab it. I'll give it a go. It's a perfectly fine racer. It's the best thing I can say about it. It's perfectly fine. I think racing games and fighting games are the hardest. Sorry, racing games and competitive FPS games, not fighting games, are the hardest genres for indie developers to tackle because you're going against huge budgets. You're going against titles. You're going to be compared against. Any time you have a race game, you're going to be compared against Forza, you're going to be compared against GT Sport, you're going to be compared against Forza Horizon, even Dirt. And you're looking at not only money there, but they've got a 10-year, some of them 25-year pedigree of making these games. And that is literally what it feels like. This feels like a very weak version of Dirt. And Dirt's the same price at the moment. So I love indies and I'd love to give them the shout out for it. It's got... None of the cars feel that different. They all feel very similar. The best thing about it is the environment you drive through and the tracks. They're really cool, really nicely designed. It's half arcade, half simmy. It's got an arcade aesthetic, but it tries to do sim stuff with its... Like, for example, its time trial times are very competitive.
Right.
So you need to pick the perfect racing line. You need to make sure you're reading the track. But half the time, when these off-road cars are racing on tarmac, it feels like you're driving on ice. Like, you can't hit... And I literally wrapped my traction control all the way up. And then I took ABS off because I was like, see if that works. It was just as bad. It felt like it literally changed nothing. It felt like it was in there for a cosmetic reason. It didn't actually make a change.
That sucks.
So it was a bit annoying. I'm going to probably still plug through it. I'm about halfway through, 6 hours in, about halfway through the races. I'm not disliking my time with it. It's very much, I'm tired, I jump on Gravel, I have a couple of races, I jump off. It's, as I've said in the past, it's my soup, it's comfort food. It's jump on, jump off. It doesn't blow my mind.
Are there many rally games out there at the moment?
No, because it's so hard to do. Because you won't know Dirt releases every 2 years.
Dirt's the one I know.
And Dirt is...
Big one, I know.
Dirt's gone from being arcade racer, arcade rally game, and it's now a competitive rally game. It's very good. It's very hard. And Dirt VR apparently is amazing. But yeah, I have also played Flipping Death. Flipping Death is the puzzle game from Zoink Games coming out soon. Actually, it's probably out by the time you're watching or listening to this. It's really bloody good. It's very charming, looks very nice. It's genuinely hilarious, but very dark as well at times. So you play as this girl who falls down a well at the beginning, dies. She's quite funny. When she died, she was like, she's got a thing about Halloween, so she was dressed as this Halloween outfit, although it's like too much from Halloween. So she dies, she's got his horns on, and she's walking through the underworld, and it's this quite funny part where you got people like, oh, a newbie, and she's like, I'm not a ghost. I'm not dead. And they're like, oh, denial. We all remember that stage. And then she meets people, I'm not a ghost and I'm not in denial. And it kind of goes on. And then she meets Death. And Death's like, who are you? She's like, I don't know. I don't know where I've come. I'm just here. I don't know what's happened. And he's like, oh my God, 1 million hours ago, I ordered a temp. And you're my temp. So he like gives her his, Sarv gives her his cape thing. And goes, I'm going on holiday to the moon. And she's like, the moon? He's like, it's the only place where no one has ever died. I'm going to the moon. So he just disappears. And you'll basically take the place as Death. That's and you've got to go through. And all the ghosts are like, I'm so cold. And it's because in the real world, their body's somewhere cold. So you've got to flick between the real world and the underworld to help the ghosts out. And the ghosts can't rest until their body's resolved in the real world. Mm-hmm. So when you possess people in the real world, everyone's got a different mechanic. So for example, there's part at the very beginning, you have to open a pot of paint. So you have to possess this guy who's Captain Poke. He's like this old man dressed as a superhero, and he's like, I will poke everything, and he runs around, and his ability is just to poke people, and you get an achievement for poking like 10 people. It's called the Pokeapocalypse. It's just stupid, but he's running around, and you're like, I'm poking you. When you possess them, they're like, I don't know what's going on, but I love it. So you get this paint down, and then you possess a dentist who's got a drill thing.
Yep.
And he's like, this is seriously dangerous. Get out the way. And he's running along, and you open that with the dentist person, and then you have to get someone else to come along. And it's very funny. It's very stupid. And it's very nice to look at. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's, flipping death.
So have you finished it?
No, I'm about halfway. I've just finished chapter 3.
So how long have you been playing it for?
It's about 40 minutes a chapter.
Okay.
But the puzzles are nice because they're not ridiculously hard. They're not like, fuck. It's a case of, okay, I need to get into this basement now. They won't let me in. What characters are there? Okay, that person can do. I know. I'm going to go that person and see if that works. But the map's nicely done that it feels big because it's as vertical as it is wide. So getting a character to the other side of the map only take you a minute to get back across. It's not that you got to go all the way across. And then when you do the thing and you're unpossessed from the person, you come out on the map on the other side of the map where they were, so you haven't got to then go all the way back. It's very nicely designed that your time feels worthwhile in it. And the final game I played is Dead Cells. Dead Cells is the roguelite 2D Metroidvania game from Motion Twin. It's been in early access for a long time on PC. It's now finally coming to consoles and get the full release on PC. And I'm going to say it right now. I said this to you earlier in the car. This is hands down my favourite 2D Metroidvania roguelike game I've ever played. I've played quite a lot of them as well. I really like those games. But this is just like perfection. I'm sitting there at my desk reviewing the game thinking, what is wrong with this game? Like, what is wrong with it? And I even tried to talk to your brother about it, and he was like, I don't know. Like, what is wrong with the game? It's the hardest thing, and I mentioned this because, do you remember Amelia Earhart and all that last week? So that didn't feel like my time was worthwhile. It felt like I was just grinding away endlessly, and I deleted the game off my hard drive in the end because I went and done another 2 hours and got so bored going through the same levels and was like, fuck this, I've had enough of this game. And it's quite rare for me to delete something off my hard drive. This game, every time you jump in, whether you last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour, it all feels worthwhile. Everything just kind of adds up. And every playthrough becomes not easier, but you get further. And the story isn't you're not going for these caverns, these caves, these dungeons for a story, but you keep finding these little things along the way. So you find, like, all I know at the moment is there's a king who got paranoid, and then he unleashed these kind of swamp creatures in water, and it kind of mutated everyone. But you only know that by interacting with little rooms, and it's like people have left notes. Or you find someone hanging, and you find a note in their pocket. Or you can dig your hand in corpses, and you can kind of go, oh, this person's got a slug thing attached to them, and all things like that. So you're basically trying to find out how you died and why you are now dead. But it's... And I'm going to say this in a review, and it's a really weird statement to say, because you'd expect it from every game. But it's just a game that works. Everything works. Elemental damage works. You throw oil on someone, you hit someone with your fire sword, they're burning. Like, the movement is slick, fast. Like, the roll is the crispest roll I've ever seen. In terms of the iframes on it. So, like, for example, fighting games, iframes are so important. Someone swings, you've got your iframes for the roll are perfect, so you can swing through their attack and then hit them from behind. The counter attacks work really well. There's this real satisfying thing that when you start, there's all these jars at the beginning and they start empty. And as you unlock new abilities, new weapons, and new powers, they start filling up with the things you locked. So all of a sudden, these jars are filling up around you. So as you run through each new playthrough, you're like, oh, I got that this time. Oh, I got that. And now on mine, I'm probably half full. And it's like, I want to get them all full, but I know how hard that's going to be.
Yeah.
I've only had 2 boss fights, and my fuck, they were hard. Like, one of them was a good half hour into the game, and it took me 6 attempts.
Wow.
So you have to go through every time to do it. But there are different routes through. You can take different routes, and you find new things each time you go through. And there's these cool things like these big chests you get. The roguelite element, I should probably say, comes from the name Dead Cells. You're finding these dead cells that you're trading in. And you find these chests that are big chests, but they're cursed. So you can choose to use it or not. But if you choose to use it, it gives you 15 cells. but you then are one hit killed for the next 10 enemies. So you have to kill the enemies in a row, and you've got a little curse counter on top of you. If you get hit, you're dead. So it's a risk and reward. Like, oh, I'm so close to the end. I've got ranged weapons on me. I can do these guys. But there's like a weapon that is 1,000 DPS. Like, one hit, everything's dead, but you're one hit killed with it. So it's called the Demon Sword. You can take the Demon Sword out of you, and like 2 or 3 hits, you kill a boss. But one hit, you're dead. And you can get like mutagens where you can choose to like increase your health. You can. The one I like is Necromancy one, which is where you every time you kill someone, you add 3 health points back to you. Now, although you've got like 1,000 health points, so 3 sounds nothing.
Yeah.
You can find these power ups that then goes 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you add that with any time you kill an enemy on fire, you get 100 hit points. So you can stack your abilities, and it's got that, for lack of a better term of it, MOBA element where abilities have a cooldown. So you have to throw an ability, running sword, come out. If your ability's down, you're fucked. You're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I said to you, it's like Slain in terms of its movement, but it's harder than Slain.
The best message from him. He was like, "Oh, Dan, so you know how Slane's really hard?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "You're gonna hate this game. It's so much harder." And I was like, "Slane's really fucking hard."
Yeah, it is hard, but Slain felt hard, and when you died in Slain, the checkpoints were so fucking far back. You're like, "Oh my!" You die. Obviously, you're back to the beginning, but you're like, "Do you know what? Actually, I banked 100 souls that time, and I'm closer to getting this now. And actually, do you know what? I was quite happy with that run through." Yeah, it's very good. Very good. Review will be up around launch date, which is Tuesday. Expect it to be high, because it's just such a tightly, very well made game. And that's everything I've played. Should we have a quick chat about Overcooked 2?
Yeah,
Overcooked 2. It's going to be a long podcast.
Eggs!
Yes.
Eggs!
If you want to know the egg reference, Overcooked 2 will actually be live similar times to this. Might be a day later. But we've got a Let's Play up. Where we sit down, and it was literally like playing in a kitchen, wasn't it? Because
it's
so hot.
We're in an office which is really fucking quite small. It's like 33 degrees outside.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it was so hot.
English houses are not made for the heat.
No,
there's no
at all. They're made to hold
have
the
central
heat in.
heating, but no air conditioning.
Yeah. Because we were recording so close to the mic and the TV, we couldn't have a fan on.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why. So it's 30 minutes of literally, I think it's
just
beading sweat.
There are many times I grab a towel and dab myself down.
But Overcooked 2, what do you guys think to it?
It's so much, and it scares me how little my brain can take in at one time. Because there's a level we're on that's split into 3 sections.
Yeah,
it's one thing, so we can move.
The magic school place.
The Conjurers something.
But it was three sections, and I couldn't focus on like more than 2 at a time. So I'd be looking at 2, and I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm playing, and then Dan would be like, "There's a fire down here," and I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" And like, I didn't even notice there was a fire because I'm just so focused on the top 2 sections. It was too much.
It's too much for
I
you.
have a small brain.
I think it's another classic. It's Overcooked again.
It's
Overcooked again.
It's effectively
we were playing it
DLC for Overcooked is done. I know that sound. I don't mean that to sound harsh, but Overcooked was such a good game. Why change anything around it? Just give us more.
They haven't. They've changed nothing.
But one thing I did
fire in
notice,
the other bits.
One thing I did notice a change, and it's a good improvement.
Go on.
On the old one, when there was a single block thing, you couldn't get past each other.
We could.
Now you could pass, and I noticed that
I've
straight away.
got to say,
I
I actually kind of missed that.
because you could screw people over.
Well, not just
I'm just going to stand here.
It added to the fun of that whole bit. It's
get out of the way!
when we were chucking bonds and lettuces down to where Lewis was.
Some of those catches were insane.
And he couldn't get to the frying pan anymore because the whole area was just filled with lettuce and buns.
Yeah.
That's help.
And it's that type of irritating, get in the way fun that Overcooked was always about. Yeah, Overcooked's a really good puzzle game, and I'm sure there are people out there who really do play it seriously.
Oh, I bet there's families. You know, like the choir families.
Oh, yeah.
I bet there's...
You know the ones I mean? Everyone, Johnny,
they
we'll be on
down.
dishes.
Yeah.
But
wash those dishes, Johnny, what are you doing?
The second anyone screws a little bit, they restart the entire level.
Yeah, that is it.
Not having that.
No dinner for you tonight, Johnny.
And it works. It works as a multiplayer game like that, as that bit of fun and laugh, and that's what Overcooked gives again.
Yeah.
And
maybe you told me that it wasn't.
You played it single player, haven't you?
I played it single player, and to be honest, it's exactly like Overcooked, the first one single player. Not worth playing.
Yeah.
You play it for a bit, and you're like, it turns into like an RTS game where it's more about going, okay, if I set that guy off on that gives me this many seconds to get that guy to move there.
Yeah.
But you can't help having one person standing there doing nothing for a bit because you only control one character.
Yeah.
You know, you flip between them, and you're like, this
Would
is
it work doing the 2 analog sticks, 2 characters?
only if you could split. Only if you.
There's some games that do it. Some
your
people don't.
brain can't do that.
Only if you're a freaking genius, because you've got to chop and fry and do. You've got to do all.
There will be
sorts of
people
stuff.
out there that could do that.
There
Yeah.
will be,
A
but most
handful.
people won't.
Yeah.
There's people fucking completed Dark Souls with a drum kit.
But what they should do,
Why?
well, what they have done, and
Why?
why Overcooked 2 is better than Overcooked 1, is online play.
Yeah.
The one thing Overcooked 1 was missing, and everyone sat there going, you know what, yeah, it's great, okay, I can play it couch co-op. That's fine, but you can't play it
Oh my
online.
god, you could troll people so badly in that game, couldn't you?
I will be
You
spending...
could really fuck people off.
I
couldn't
mean,
you?
yeah.
I'm really hoping that there are quite a few people out there who are reviewing this game are going to be over on the weekend just trying it.
Yeah, I think there will be.
And I'm going to be jumping on trolling those bastards like nobody's business. Just for shits and giggles to see how it works. But really, it's exactly the same game, but now with online.
What I liked about it, and now I played quite a lot of Overcooked, more with family around Christmas time. What I liked about Overcooked 2 is there was almost more of a puzzle element, which sounds crazy, but Overcooked 1 mostly only had recipes where it was very simple. Get this stuff, put it here, serve it. But like the cake one in Overcooked 2 was a lot more complex, I found. You had to like chop this up, put it in there, put it in the oven, take it out.
Yeah.
And that was a puzzle element in terms of we were trying to work it out. We were
Watching
like,
you guys do that was very, very
A lot of
upsetting.
that, though, you will learn from doing the story. So if you've gone through the story with the family, you learn how to make the recipes as you go.
Yeah.
okay.
Whereas if you just jump on like we did and with no idea,
how do you make a
it was
cake?
hilarious. What am I supposed to do with the honey?
Yeah.
I'll throw it off the ship.
Apparently honey goes in a sponge cake.
So.
Apparently.
Yeah, you've got to chop it up.
Yeah, and then you put
That's
carrot in and you got a carrot cake. Simple.
Yeah.
That's lazy cooking.
Cooking's easy.
What if says bacon's a pain in the ass? But
No,
it looks
piece of
easy
bits.
to me.
Yeah, because we were really
I'd like to
good
say
at
though,
this.
I will say though, we didn't burn any food.
Oh,
No.
We burnt the kitchen.
Almost, but I got it out in
I'm
time.
sure you
Yeah,
burned
I don't think we burnt anything.
No, I got a patty out. They didn't complain.
Yeah.
So they complained. And also, there was a fucking greedy couple in there. You see that?
Yeah.
I the toilet, but there was just one couple, and there was like all. I was like, what the fucking hell?
That's me.
It's like watching Tom
Yeah.
at McDonald's.
Tom's there. But it must have been all you because that was burgers. Em didn't eat burgers.
Endless burgers.
Oh, sure, well,
That's a big. Oh, warn, spoiler alert. There's no vegan recipes in there, so fuck off. Go play another game.
No, there is. There is.
Joking.
There's some vegetable sushi in there. Vegetarian
Sushi.
sushi.
Sushi, doesn't it? It's fish.
No, vegetarian sushi.
It's not fish.
It's not fish. It's seaweed, it's rice, it's cucumber, and it's all that. It has no fish in it.
Just rabbit food then.
Yeah.
See, it's fun for everyone.
Fun
Yeah.
for everyone.
Apart from vegans, because nothing's fun for them.
Well, that's what you get for being vegan.
Yeah,
They probably have vegan listeners who are like, this guy's a
almost
dick.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't anymore, so
Yeah.
jog on vegans.
Bye, guys. I'll see you at the next rally.
No, you won't. They won't make
Yeah.
it because they're starving from
Yeah.
not having the right nutrients. They're dead on the floor.
Should we go on to news?
News!
get to news.
News!
Okay, some news.
Let's do the news.
Okay, so first up, we got the news this week and some quite good news. It's good, guys.
Good, isn't it? Yeah, the news section.
First news is we have some news.
Yes,
Yes.
that Grip is got a release date. Grip is the racing game that we've spoke a lot about. There's a whole preview up on the YouTube channel and on the website. We played it at EGX. We all enjoyed it. I had a little gripe. We're not going to go into that again because I spoke about it at length several times. But it's got a release date. It's coming on the 6th of November to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So it's launching all places
All at the
the same
time.
time. All at the same time.
Whoa.
It's Wired Productions and Caged Element are the developers of that one. It's effectively a spiritual successor to Roll Cage.
Yeah.
The PS3 game? That's PS3, wasn't it? Roll Cage.
PS.
Was it PS2?
2? It was an old one.
Was it late
It was an old one.
PS2?
Let me check. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
check that
I
one
really
out.
can't remember.
Yes,
But there's they released a new trailer of it, which we're playing up behind us now. Yeah, it looks really good. It's like I said, and they also announced that parkour mode. Remember the whole parkour element to it?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
That was quite cool.
PS1, mate.
Was it PS1?
Yeah,
Nice.
PS1, yeah.
Jeez.
ancient then.
Yeah, so spiritual
The birth
successor
of
to
gaming, some
Roll
say.
Cage. Also, more news this week. As I mentioned earlier, I've been playing Flippin' Death. We've been waiting for that game for ages. They came out about 6 weeks ago and said it will release in August. Then, literally out of nowhere, they announced I actually got the game key before the release date. So I got the game key and I was like, I didn't even know the game was coming up this soon. And then about 3 hours later, I got an email saying Zoink Games have said it's releasing on the 7th of August. So it's coming out on Tuesday, same day as Dead Cells. So if you're looking again for a puzzle game, that's coming out, I should say, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. All places again, same day. It's a really cool little puzzle game so far from what I've played of it, but we will have a review up closer to the time. Descenders is another game I've previewed.
Yes.
The downhill mountain biking.
You really
game.
liked it, didn't you?
I really liked it. I liked it, but I also really liked the potential offered as an early access game. It's had lots of updates. I keep jumping on and off it still. It's just got its first big update, which is called Ring of Fire. Johnny Cash is now a playable character on your downhill mountain bike.
And all the way down, he's just going, oh, Mars! Oh, I shouldn't have had that curry. Oh,
yeah, that's it. And when you get to the end...
I know where you were going with that.
You didn't get that.
At first I was like, what?
If you get it under, if you get down under a certain time, you also get to play the Ring of Fire drinking game with the AI.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much to it.
I know.
It was a Ring of Fire.
What an update. What an update.
No, the Ring of Fire is purely about... So the way Descenders works, there's a whole preview up if you want to go check it out. The reason it's not a review, because people have commented on that, is the game's in early access. I'm very much against reviewing games that are in early access. It's the way Descenders works is you have to get through one world with your lives intact. So you only start with 3 lives, and you can go on and get more lives.
Yeah.
To then do the next world, next world, next world, next world. You die, permadeath, you go back to the very beginning.
I sucked at it.
So there's 4. You do,
Yeah.
There's 4 worlds at the moment, but then Ring of Fire is the 5th. The 4th world was hard enough it was. I finished it once out of about 10 hours gameplay. This new one is meant to be, well, the press release said it is for the creme de la creme. It's for the elite of the heart of the Descender people. But if you go on the Twitter, their page, some of the things that people put up there, ridiculous. People have too much time on their hands.
You're one of those people.
People are riding down these courses backwards, just hitting all sorts of tricks. And the devs are like, we didn't know this. You could do this. You're not. They basically designed the game, but when you go backwards, it's really a lot harder to control and slippery because they didn't want people to exploit that.
Yeah.
People are doing it.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Next up, a good one for you, Tom, and I excited
Hell
this,
yeah.
was Life is Strange. This week dropped a... What did you think, Tom? I liked it.
The teaser for it's season 2 or just called Life is Strange 2?
Life is Strange 2.
Yeah, I think it's... I'm interested, you know.
I mean, compared to something like Metroid Prime 4 teaser, where it's just a fucking logo. Here's a game coming.
You do see some stuff.
Same as, was it Shenmue 3? Just went, here's a logo.
Yeah.
Great,
That's not
thanks.
a teaser.
But yeah, I mean, it was...
I was teased.
Yeah. it was a definition of a teaser, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the whole cop car thing. You see it playing behind us. The question is, I don't know if it goes on...
Didn't even take it in the fact... Was it in Arcadia Bay?
I don't know.
Didn't say that.
No.
But I'm interested in, there is a point where, so he gets out of the cop car, and he asks for backup,
What's
and
the
you hear him as he
10-10?
goes.
That's what he calls.
I don't know what a 10 some sort of disturbance. Yeah, have a look it up. But they say something. You can hear other people say something, but I didn't hear it when we were listening. So I'd love to know what it is they say at that point, because I bet that's important somehow.
Yeah.
And then of course he gets blasted away, and it all rolls over, and it's all.
But I'm excited.
Because it's done through dashboard cam, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
the whole thing is a dashboard cam.
Like you're watching cops, you know.
I want top 10 police codes. Credit for investor and Charles.
You put 10-10 or just 10?
I just put 10-10. Where's a 10-10?
But yeah, it looks great. Like, I'm already in because I love the first Life is Strange. I'm not. Don't nod are making it instead of those idiots at Deck 9. And
the press release also coming on.
I'm
with
sure
the
they're
fact
fine
that
people, but
we're hearing
Life is Strange games.
20th of August. We're going to hear a lot more information about the game, which is a day before Gamescom starts.
Yeah, and a week before my birthday. More important.
All the more information, and the game is still
22.
Nice, Taylor Swift. And the game is still going to release on the 27th.
That's what we're getting you, mate.
September. And
so
that's,
much Swifty gear.
Straight in the bin.
Episode 1, 27th of September.
Wow. Month after my birthday.
Also, we got, after, was it 2 weeks ago, we spoke about demos, didn't we? We were like, demos and eat our words a little bit, or I will anyway, because Yoku's Island Express has now got a demo on all consoles and PC. PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One. You reviewed the game.
Yeah.
Scored it a solid 8.
Yeah.
You really liked it. I for the other news show we do, you called it a fun and charming adventure.
Probably did.
You did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could go on the box.
They could.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're supposed to do. No.
Yeah.
Did you not know we're paid for reviews?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to say that. IGN
I
slip.
put cunt in the other word.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's why
I
none of
use it as
your reviews.
punctuation.
Punctuation.
Yeah.
That's why there was a space.
I walked into a shop, cunt, and then I saw. I used. Damn it! I used a conjunction.
You fool.
So, do you recommend people to go check out the demo?
Yeah, have a go. If you like pinball games, you're going to really enjoy this. If you love platform puzzle games, you're going to really enjoy this.
There's a lot of good fun.
If you like the story adventures, yeah, there's a lot that you keep finding as you go through as well. I must admit, I didn't end up going through and finding everything.
Okay.
Mainly because of time.
It becomes a collectathon, I guess.
It becomes, and some of the things you have to do are incredibly precise, and you're just like, well, I could do that, or I've got these games to review, and I've got this other work to do, and you're just like, I don't have time.
You don't need to 100% a game. There's a YouTube channel out there. You guys know The Completionist.
Yeah.
The guy, I fully respect what he does. He
never do it.
Well, I couldn't do it either. There's a very good short podcast documentary thing on him about the Breath of the Wild one, because he said it almost killed him.
Yes.
He said he was like a police investigation room. He had like things like, because there wasn't a map for where stuff was, so he was like, and he had to do all the shrines, like everything, in 5 days, and then publish the video on the 6th day.
Christ.
So yeah, he said that almost killed him. That one. That was the hardest one he reckons.
Take a break off.
I bet he hasn't got everything as well, because they keep finding new bits in it.
Yeah. Well, I think as long as it says 100% on the screen, he's
happy.
That's his rule. Yeah. But yeah, no, good. Well, it's a demo.
Yeah. Yeah, try it.
Good thing about
Give it
demos.
a go.
They're free.
Yay!
And the last bit of news this week is the fact that Divinity Original Sin 2, which is a game that featured in our indie game hot list for August, another video available now on YouTube, notice the plug-in, is coming, the console version, or I can't remember what they're calling it, I think it's the definitive version is what they're calling it. It's coming with, so the game features PvP, but the definitive version is coming with more PvP content. It's got 5 new arenas, 16 new playable characters, which offer different classes. There's no new classes because I didn't want to kind of take away from what the PC players have got. PC players can pay a fee to upgrade their version to this version as well. And it also comes with a new selection of modes, both PvP, PvE, and they're available online and offline. There's like a horde mode coming, but it's all turn-based, so it's still not real-time combat. It was all, the online is very much like XCOM Online. You're still trying to move around. Tom cannot wait. Let me just look at him. Look at the excitement.
Loving it.
When will turn-based die?
Never.
That's the next topic for next week.
Never.
When will turn-based die?
Yeah.
And should we go on
10 years' time. Turn-based will die in 10 years' time.
Officially, yeah.
Officially,
Time of Death will be 10 years' time.
We will create
It'll be
a small death.
mostly dead.
But
in 5
that
years'
is
time.
10 years in turn-based time.
Oh, so 18,000 years.
That's right, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, final topic today is we're going over some listener comments on YouTube. Now, these are not necessarily feedback; they're just comments, and we want to just. Some of them are going to be answered.
Pretend we care.
Some of them are going to answer quite shortly. Some are going to be answered.
I meant about this, mate.
Yeah.
Some are going to be answered. Yeah, some will be short, some will be long, but it's a new thing we want to do every now and then. First one, you guys will quite like this.
Go on.
Foreign user commented saying, "Your face is shell shaded."
Yay! Shell shading.
Yeah, he literally commented that. And I
Thank
was
you.
like,
If you don't get that,
user.
if you don't
he's
get
actually
that,
got another comment later on.
is he called foreign user?
Yeah. Well, that is an
Okay.
excellent comment. Thank you for poking fun at Lewis. He deserves it.
Keep it up.
Okay.
Shell shading.
So, this is actual foreign user's actual comment as well that he commented
Okay.
on. Yeah, so he says, and when he refers to red means Dan, because Dan was wearing a red t-shirt. But I was
fair
wearing,
enough.
Yeah,
I was
brilliant.
wearing a red shirt.
My
But,
name's
it's
Dan.
fine.
Today you may call me Blue.
So, I think he's a new listener as well because he is commenting on stuff recently. So, foreign user, if you're listening, comment again. We like it.
Head over to Patreon.
Get all over it.
What's
Follow me
up?
on
So
Twitter.
he says this is based around our indie games too cheap.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay,
this
okay.
was what something is worth is exactly equal to what people are willing to pay. There's no other math to speak of. AAA studios are the I was going to say B or the behest. Is that even a word?
Behest.
Behest. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Behest is
I
what
knew
I
it was.
Mate.
AAA studios are the behest of publishers that will declare that will declare a game a failure, even if it generates a profit. If it's not in their expectations. So same for the Battlefront 2, that made profit, but they still class it as a failure because it didn't sell the numbers they wanted. Also, not too sure how Dan, can say that if an indie game doesn't sell, it's merely because a game is no good. You guys must acknowledge that there is over 7,000 titles released on Steam alone, and how many of those do you think passed under our radars?
I don't recall saying that an indie game.
You did say
if
it.
an indie game doesn't sell.
You said if it doesn't sell,
no
it's no good. You comment. You said those words.
Okay, fair enough.
You said
I stick by that then, because to be honest, I said it and I'm always right. And my name's Red,
I didn't think you said that.
Fucking
I
brilliant.
was like, did he say it? So I went back and listened, and you said basically, yeah, the game's not selling. If an indie game's not selling, it's probably because it's no good.
Yeah.
So,
but then again, how do indie games generate following? It's through word of mouth.
Yeah.
So on the majority, okay, I made a rather sweeping statement, but then in the majority of that, if we went percentage-wise, it's true. If an indie game is good, people are going to talk about it, and it's going to sell because you'll have Ocelot talking about it. The amount of indie games we don't talk about is astronomical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe some of those are good, but to be honest, if they were, we'd have heard about them.
Well, we mentioned...
Or someone we know would turn around and go, hey, Red, because that's now my name.
You leave him be with the Red
No,
thing.
fuck that. He gets my name wrong and he gives me grief.
He's
But,
new.
no, you give our Patreon shit.
It took me... They pay for that.
They pay for that. Oh, okay. So I'm going to wait for you to pay.
Right,
okay, I'm sorry, foreign user. I'll wait till you pay before I give you shit. But pay money and we will give you shit. That's Patreon. But the majority of games that are good, you will learn about, you will hear about, and they will make money and they will grow.
Yeah.
Those that are good but only just all right just won't. They die off in the background.
Perfect example is what we mentioned last week when we said about Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a game that came out of no publicity, not over here anyway. There wasn't people go in, play this game. People saw it as free probably, played it, all of a sudden went into work. Oh my god, you've got to try this game out. It's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
More played it, tweeted about it. Then all of a sudden streamers pick it up, streamers start talking about it, and it spreads out. Same as, what's that stupid Axe game? You climb up the hill.
Shit. The one that was supposed to be
getting over it.
Getting over it.
Getting over it. Again, with that now publicity. When you look at indie games that do have big publicity, a lot of the Devolver Digital stuff, like Absolver, is a perfectly good game.
Yeah.
But that had so much press. But there are games out there that are better than that I've heard of through word of mouth. So
so the word of mouth is what will give that game it. The ones that die in the background are usually the ones that don't make the money. And you don't need to sell a lot to make the money for it to be well when it's an indie.
Yeah, I will say though, I do think he has a slight point that there is no doubt going to be the odd game that completely slips on our radar. We won't hear about it for 3 or 4 years, but something will find.
The thing is, it doesn't disappear.
It's the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Yeah. Yes, of course there is an indie game out there that's amazing that no one's heard about, but then that just proves the rule that...
Yeah, PUBG was exactly the same, wasn't it? Like, the people who hadn't heard of PUBG and
PUBG blew up.
The podcast was starting to mention there's this PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And people were like, I'll give it a go. Then all of a sudden, within almost overnight, bang, it was like...
PUBG's a household name.
And then you get lots of games that just don't.
So then, what do you think about the top comment he said, where he said, "So what something is worth is exactly equal to what people are willing to pay for it." And then
not true.
About AAA studios, that they are the behest of publishers that will declare a game a failure even if it makes profit.
I mean,
what something is worth is not equal to what people are willing to pay.
He's trying to say that obviously it's a hard argument to have because it's going to be subjective opinion. You're going to be like, well, that game's not worth 40 quid. And I'm going to go, well, I'd pay 60 quid for that game.
I mean, I'm sure Dan would play a whole Life is Strange.
No, the subjective opinion is not the same as what you've just said. What you just said was subjective.
Yeah.
Was saying that you would pay $60 for a game, he would pay $40.
That's what he's saying.
He's saying that a game is worth exactly what people are willing to pay for it.
But that's it, isn't it? Because you might be willing to pay something for a game, I might be willing to pay more.
because someone else states how much it's worth and how much you pay for it. So that's
I see what he's saying. So what something is worth is exactly what people are willing
to pay for it. And that's not true because it's subjective.
Okay.
A worth is a subjective thing.
Yeah.
So that is all down to a person. So what something is worth is purely down to who they are. So that doesn't give it a value.
Yeah.
You can't value something like that.
Yeah.
I do not like Mivies. You know, the ice creams with the things inside, whereas my daughter loves them.
What the fuck's a Mivy?
The ice cream. You've got ice around the outside, strawberry, and inside is a vanilla ice. You don't know a Mivy.
No.
Trev, at the moment, is
Yeah,
busy...
picture of
Do you mean strawberry split?
Yeah, you'd probably call it strawberry sprit, but the rest
Sprit.
sprit
All right, let's...
with a bit of shell shading.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
probably
strawberry
is-
splits.
Yeah, they're called Mivies.
Ah, so like the
They've got
raspberry flavour, whatever on the outside.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it's ice
and then
cream
it's
in the middle.
ice cream in
yeah,
the middle.
yeah, strawberry split.
I'm not a big fan of those, so I wouldn't pay a lot for those, but they're at a set price.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I'm not paying what they're worth, am I? To me, it's not worth that.
Payday,
I've got to pay
Magnums.
this.
Only get Magnums on payday.
Life
don't
is
you?
Strange is a good example. You'd be willing to pay
I'd
60
pay a lot
quid.
more than that.
I'd
than you
pay
would.
20
Yeah.
quid for it.
Exactly.
Is it worth 20 quid or is it worth 60 quid? It's not worth exactly
Luckily,
what
it's
people
coming
are
out in the
willing
middle
to
for
pay for.
$9.99. So you're all winners.
Boom! High five to Life is Strange.
Yes.
Okay, and then sticking on the same topic about the whole too cheap thing, this guy comments quite a lot.
Who's this? Scary,
and it's
mate.
Greg
Brzezinski? Fuck yes! Come on.
Greg Kilby. This guy, he always comments on our videos, so thank you for your comments, Greg. Actually, quickly, foreign user, thank you for your comments.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
keep
yeah.
commenting, even
And
if we
become a
disagree.
Patreon supporter so we
We
can
like
abuse
the
you.
dialogue, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I
and
mean,
you get
fans
abuse.
abuse
You,
you enough
you pay
anyway.
if you pay for it.
But
You
I
get
will
abuse.
defend you until you're a big boy.
And then he'll abuse you too. It's part of the joy of being a
I'll offer to
patron.
fight you.
So Greg Kilby commented a lot on our stuff about Tempest 4000. He was waiting for that game for a long time. So he said, "Too cheap!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark!
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? 25 quid for Tempest 4000. It's very good, but Atari are greatly inflating the price and wonder what pathetic percentage Gref Minter and Giles get.
Means nothing to me.
Okay.
Everything they just said means nothing.
I was shocked. That comment made me go onto PSN store and check. Fucking Tempest 4000 is a £25 game,
Right.
which is a little bit ludicrous.
What would you price it at, personally?
I've not played it, so I can't say that.
Okay,
But
fair.
it is effectively, it's a remake of an old game. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was saying the same to your brother about, so I'm going to use a game I can relate to, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 remake is coming out in January.
Yeah.
And I get it's a complete remake. I get they've had to make assets again. And well, they haven't really had to make assets again because they fucking own them all from Resident Evil 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah.
They own the designs, but they still have to make the assets.
Okay, but then what's wrong with using assets from Resident Evil 5 and just like...
Because it's
They're different. They're different characters.
Yeah, but as in... Okay, but assets,
I know what you
as in
mean,
the
but
base
I
character
guarantee
design
they
and
made
the
those
code. Yeah.
assets from scratch.
I guarantee there's a lot of code from previous games in
Engine
this
code,
game.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
The engine code is-
So, but that game's coming out at $44.99,
Right.
which I said to your brother, I think it's a £30 game. It's a remake of a game that released 25 years ago, or 20 years ago, sorry. It's a very, no doubt it's very good remake. It's not next-gen graphics. It's not a complete new game. And you can see that watching it.
I don't think remakes should be full price, ever.
And
That's 40 quid full price for a game.
45
It's
quid's
pretty
not
close.
It's
far
pretty
off.
close, but I mean, Valhalla Hills came out at 45.
Yeah, well, that's a joke, isn't it?
It was a joke. I was stunned by that. But
Agony was 40 quid.
yeah. So isn't that just the top end of indie we're talking about?
I
I'm
think-
not defending it. I think it's wrong, and I think you're right. It should be
Yeah.
a 30 quid game. I'm
Yeah.
just playing devil's
One
advocate
of the
on
most
that
expensive,
one.
Yeah.
one of the most expensive things they have to make, and I can't claim any claim of fame. This again was completely from my brother being a developer. One of the most expensive things developers have to make, he was saying, is the sound, the music. That's like one of the
To
most.
pay for, yeah.
That they've got it all.
They don't. They're not going to use the same sound files from Resi 2.
Do you reckon?
Not,
No,
they sound
no,
like
no.
shit.
Yeah.
I would love. Okay, I'd love a way to switch them so you can have them on.
Yeah, maybe that's like a funny mode. Like you
Okay.
put it
Yeah.
on in-
Haha,
So you
isn't
don't think
that
they do
laugh,
have
but-
them?
No, all this stuff is
No, they'll
from the ground.
redo all the
It's
sounds.
pre-written.
Just
the music's
uncompress it. It's
written.
fine.
The as it's already designed, but they've got to redo it from scratch.
They haven't got
Yeah.
to write a story, have they?
No,
Well,
I agree,
no.
I'm saying
So
it's
that
already
side would be
written.
cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so I don't
But
think
they'll
remakes are
definitely
worth full
redo all the
price.
sounds.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it would sound terrible. You'd have these new graphics, but with
I'm
really...
sure,
Zombie
you're,
coming
I'm sure
out.
your PS1 stuff sounds great, but if it is doing it now, it's like
What
bit
is
crushed
that?
and horrible. It doesn't sound good at all.
Fair dues. But yeah, no. And in terms of your second comment, Greg, you're probably right in terms of.
What was the second comment?
So basically, Atari or any publishers whacking the price up high, but then the developers will probably get no
developers won't see
percentage
any
for
of
that increase in price,
Yeah.
which is a dick move, really. But Atari, we know that's what Atari are good for doing, aren't they? Atari do that a lot, don't they?
Do they?
I'm only going on third party stuff I hear
I
from
don't fuck
podcasts
about
that
Atari.
Don't know.
Stuff, so-
Atari apparently the modern Atari are dicks about, they will sell merchandise and it will be like ridiculously expensive because it's
I
like,
can imagine
I'm
that.
in the Atari club. I wear
Yeah.
Atari clothing.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So you're like, oh, yeah, I'm a, what's it called? Netflix show.
I'm a Netflix show.
Yeah, I
Flow.
completely lost my track. Yeah, Rick and Morty. It's like
I'm a Rick and Morty.
It's like the people who follow Rick and Morty, isn't it? They're like,
awful fan
the
base,
most
yeah.
toxic people in the world.
Really? I don't know
Oh
about
my
these guys.
God.
How do you not
Do we
know?
need to talk about them in the after show?
Yeah, we're
For
talking
those
about it in the
Patreon
post.
Remind me,
supporters who
I've
want
got a lot to
abuse.
say.
They
Yeah,
are
okay,
horrible.
okay,
You see them on
brilliant.
social media. They are
I
like
don't know these lot.
they must be
Oh
MMO
my
players.
God.
'Cause they are
Okay,
top.
they really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We'll talk about that later. I'll
Yeah,
remind
okay,
you.
Yeah. Foreign user. I'm sure that's not actually your name, but that is your name on YouTube.
No, it is now. My name's Red, your name's
and-
Foreign User.
Red Kilby, thank you so much for your comments,
Patreon.
guys. You do comment quite a lot. Yeah, go check our Patreon, $1 in. You can go hear us bitch about now Rick and Morty
Yeah.
fan club.
show, yeah.
You can probably find out now that these guys are actually in the Rick and Morty fan club things. And
But you can
Yeah,
also
you can
then
get
get involved
fucked.
with things like our AMAs and other things like that and
Yeah.
ask us more questions, but
There's
we'll get
lots.
far more abusive.
I love Rick and Morty, to be fair, but if you're one of those guys, then yeah, get to fuck.
Also, we have a very exciting Let's Play coming up, which is going to be available 2 weeks early on our
It's
Patreon.
very exciting.
It is actually exciting.
I was excited the whole
I can
time.
explain to patrons afterwards about it.
Which one's this?
I'll explain it to you, but I'll go in more detail. I've worked it all out now.
It's the one
Anyway,
you've done.
No,
Okay.
thank you so much for stopping by, listening or watching. I've been Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody to my left, or if you're just listening, it doesn't matter. It's Tom. You can find him at
Space and time is no longer important
And
to you.
to my right, again, doesn't matter if you're listening, is Dan. You can find him at the Dice Bear. Start the Dice Bear anywhere, and there he goes. He pops up.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Literally.
Thank you so much, guys. Patreon, stick around, and you stay incredible.
Bye. What is this adding to it now? Is this part of the indie?
Oh, you just dabbed at the end as well.